my goodness. Got another person coming by to test us for COVID. She'll be here in about 5 minutes. Man, I'm gonna tell you, the other day I was feeling good. I recovered 90%. On Saturday, I was 100%, like 95% on Saturday. And then Sunday, I was even better. But then Monday, boy, halfway through the day, I just went down. Came crashing. And today it was just, I've been in bed, it's 7 o'clock now, I've been in bed. I went to bed last night about 5 p.m. and was in that bed from 5 p.m. up until now, 7. Just feeling a little bit better. The guy supposed to be here in about 5 minutes to do a COVID test at the house. 700 pesos, which is about $35. And I had a result back in an hour. So they were saying it might have been too early. The first couple of tests I had might be a little too early. So now I've been, I don't know what this thing was. The worst headache I ever had, a different kind of headache. You're throbbing and you move a little bit, your head hurt, chills, cold spells, sore back, sore muscles, aches, everything just jacked up, sweating and everything. I'm like, my God. So we about to find out what it's gonna be. All right, so the guy who came by the house and took the test, they just sent me a message on WhatsApp saying that my test results were positive. Though we got the COVID up in their camp. And I ain't gonna lie, boy, today, I don't know what happened. I think I made a video last week to talk about how I was getting over a cold. And I did a COVID test, one of them self-home kits, and that came back negative. So, I ain't think anything more of it, but then I continued to, as I got more sick, so I was like, all right, well, I'm meeting some folks, let me do another test, and so that came back negative, but they're saying that I was probably too early when I went and got those tests done. And so today, so Friday I was fine, and then Saturday I was 100%, and then Sunday I was 100%. Then all of a sudden yesterday, my goodness, yesterday in the middle of the day around 6 o'clock, Robert that came by, and maybe about an hour or two later, I just went downhill quick. And I went and got in the bed about 7, and I was just laying in the bed, shaking and cold, all through the night, couldn't sleep. And then the next morning, which was the day, same thing, I was just in that bed. I had me one of them urinals. So I was peeing in the urinal, so I ain't had to get up out the bed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, boy, I can't get up. I can't walk. I can't do nothing. And so today I was shaking and cold and freezing, and I was like, man, let me get another test. I said, I got something. Let me do this one more time. And that's the lab messaging me now. So I'm like, good God Almighty. I thought I was going to be gone today. I thought I was going to meet my maker. That's how bad I was. And then around 6 o'clock, I just suddenly felt better, just like that. Just boom, I just felt better. But I feel better now. I just got through eating a little food. It got some food in my stomach, feeling better. But that's the strange thing. I was feeling better before, and then it just came back with a vengeance. Man, that thing ain't no joke. So we have not been vaccinated. So we made it about 3.5 years now since this COVID thing done started. I'm assuming we'll have natural immunity, I guess, whatever they call it. But I mean, so we survived this long. I'm a person with high blood pressure, diabetic. Um, I don't know if our symptoms were worse, but the kids had the same symptoms I'd had. They feel them just as bad and horrible, and they don't have any of those heart disease issues or diabetes or anything like that. It's just bad for anybody. Um, but we are surviving. The kids, they had a rough few days. They're still recovering. They still haven't gotten their appetite back. They'll eat a little bit, think they're hungry, take 2 or 3 bites, and then they back to laying back down. I mean, it was. And we walked downstairs. By the time we got to the bottom of the stairs, we was breaking out in sweats and just out of breath with this thing. That's how bad this thing was. But so we had to quarantine up in the house for a while. I don't know what the guidelines are or suggested, but we'll probably do things a little differently now. Get better quality masks, and just be more conscious of what we do, where we go. Like I say, 3.5 years, I have no regrets on any of that. It was bound to catch it at some point, I suppose. And as much as we were out over the last 3 years, I mean, we were out everywhere, all over the place, on planes, traveling, vacations, hotels, a little bit of everything. And so we made it this far. So right now I'm feeling much better than I was earlier today. I'm hoping they don't come back on me again. And you want to share that with you. I've been kind of quiet just because of this up and down thing. So hopefully soon I'll be back out making videos. And so stay safe. Wash them hands. You don't want this thing, I promise you. This guy emailing me from the lab. Let me see what he talking about. This guy that came by the house to do the tests. All right, that was him sending me the final result via email. Initially, he sent me a message saying via WhatsApp saying that my test results were positive and that he'll send me the actual lab paperwork via email later on. So that was him sending me telling me that he just sent over the email with the official paperwork saying that we had COVID. But real nice folks here. I paid 700 pesos for the test. That's 400 was for the test, which is $20, 400 pesos, and then 300 pesos, which is about $15, was for him to come out and do the test at the house. And they actually sent a doctor to the house. It's not a technician or anything like that. The actual medical doctor that come out and do the COVID test. And in this case, they send you the results back within 45 minutes to an hour later. I had them, and that was that. So fortunately, I didn't have any breathing issues. I didn't have any difficulties breathing or anything like that. So I get this thing affects people differently. So I'm grateful with that. But I was delirious. I'm having whole conversations. I thought I done had a whole conversation with the lab earlier this morning. Where everything, I was like, I couldn't understand what they were writing me. I was like, they must be speaking a different type of Spanish because the translate app couldn't translate it right. And so I just gave up saying, asking them to come to my house. But then later on that day, this was like 8 hours later, I went back to the text and realized that conversation never happened. I guess I was just delirious. I was gone. Boy, I was like, how did that conversation not happen? I could have sworn I had a conversation and then gave up on them. And when I went back and read the message, it basically said, I asked them, I said, how much would it cost for y'all to come out to my house and do the test? And her response was, yes, we can come out to your house. Where do you live? And that was it. I done had a whole conversation in my head with these folks that didn't exist, that never happened. That's how far gone I was in my head. So, but it's all good, all is well. I'm gonna sit back and relax for the next few days, catch up on some of my shows on Netflix, and just chill.